Hi Aquarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of September 2021. Thank you so much for joining me, and I do want to remind you, as always, to like, comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't done so already to join this channel. So do keep in mind that this is a general intuitive reading as we make our way through, but we're going to begin by pulling a couple messages from the Soul's Journey deck, all right? As I do the initial shuffling, keep in mind general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else. And of course, check out your other placements within your chart for more messages, all right? And on another note, I'm accepting requests this time for personal reads. So all you have to do is shoot down to the box below where you'll see the information in my email. Just reach out and I'll get that started for you, okay? As I catch my breath, we're gonna start for Aquarius, money and career, September 2021. Alrighty. Okay, so we have three here. We have failure, envy, and gratitude. As well as discipline, there's going to be a focus on you needing to discipline oneself in getting done what you need to, or to kind of stay focused on your individual career and financial goals at this time. But with failure, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Whether you end up making certain small mistakes or fail in certain ways throughout the month of September, there's going to be a push or a focus on certain failures or disappointments within your financial and your career situation. For some of you, just one of the two categories, but more of a focus on what happened in the past and what you took away from it. You know, have you learned all you could from it? A lot of you going to make a big purchase, or even a small purchase for some of you, or making a career change or moving in a direction you're meant to, and without meaning to comparing what you're about to do or change to that past situation that didn't go as well as planned. So just keep that in mind, and all of which happens for a reason, to teach you something. Just try to stay present as much as possible. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. There's going to be a big part of you throughout the month of September that wants to compare yourself and your situation, your struggles, or even the level of success and completion of certain goals for yourself throughout the month to other people around you, maybe family members or friends, coworkers that have maybe made it a little bit further than you at this point in time, or you just feel as if you just start to question yourself to a certain extent at certain parts during certain parts of the month. But just allow yourself to remember that everybody's on their own individual path, and you don't need to sort of compare yourself to other people, right? So try not to compare your current situation to the past, and don't compare it to other people and where they're at this point in time, okay? And then gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. And so there's going to be a push from the universe to be grateful for all that you've achieved up until this point, even for all the failures and the disappointments along the way, the struggles, the ups and downs. Everything happens for a reason, to teach us a lesson, to help us grow. And it feels like there will be a big focus on your intuitive nature, as well as your analytical mind, and you just needing to be grateful for all of the skill sets you do contain, as I feel like you'll try to improve your situation throughout the entire month. So let's continue. We're going to pull 6 tarot cards from the Light Seers Tarot deck. Some initial shuffling for that. I'm just noticing now that 2 out of the 4 cards that I pulled from the Soul's Journey deck are purple, which is a very royal sort of spiritual color. Something to keep in mind throughout the month. I feel like the universe will push you to kind of feel royal, to keep your chin held high, to sort of feel good about all that you're moving towards. Okay. One last shuffle this way to continue for Aquarius, money and career, September 2021. Okay. Pull them right from the top. With the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, as well as the Ace of Wands, there's going to be a focus once again on your beautiful, analytical, strategic mindset, and mind in general, and you needing to utilize it to improve your daily routine when it comes to your job or your business or your work in general. For some of you, striving to get a job that fits your lifestyle or what you're trying to achieve at this time. With the Knight of Pentacles, it might feel like at times you're moving too slowly towards the completion of certain goals or towards that new job or whatever you're trying to achieve at this time. But I need to remember that everything happens at a destined pace, a destined timing, okay? And so we're going to begin the 6-card spread with the Empress. So you begin the month of September trying to give birth to something new. A lot of you trying to get a business off the ground or thinking thoroughly about how you're going to implement certain changes to your current career choice, or how you're going to, it feels like a lot of you are strategizing, thoroughly thinking about or jotting down a blueprint or sort of a plan for a business you would like to start, or a side hustle you're trying to implement into your routine, your situation in general. A lot of you trying to give birth to a whole new situation altogether, right? Thinking about what kind of job you would desire, trying to sort of take a peaceful stance on all of which, as you try to rest more at the beginning of the month, but feel it's difficult to do so, as you really are just wanting to get something off the ground once again, or desiring something new altogether. But it does feel like a lot of you are, it's like part of you feels rushed and the other part of you wants to take your time, and you're feeling a bit conflicted between both sides of yourself at this time, as I struggle to speak. And then we have the Magician. And so you make your way to the middle of the first half of the month, and you are focusing on your manifestation skills you were pushed to by the universe. It's time to do what's right for Aquarius. It's time to manifest all you desire when it comes to your money, your career, and allowing yourself to manifest positive success, right? Again, the middle of the first half of the month is most definitely a point in time where you will find yourself, without meaning to, focusing or comparing to those past failures and struggles, and the need to let that go. It feels like a lot of you learned what you needed to, you grew from it to a certain extent. So let's just move on to the present moment and focus on your bright future, right? Reminder will come through, maybe through an infinity symbol, that possibilities are endless for you at this time. And again, we have the purple color in the midst of this card. You just at times, especially it feels like in the middle and the end of the first half, will feel very envious, or sort of wanting to compare yourself to other people's even struggles, right? Just trying to justify what you're going through, or feeling like other people don't struggle as much as you. But again, everyone has their own path, their own struggles, successes. You have a bright future, just remember that. And I feel like the universe will remind you of that to a certain extent throughout the first half. And we're moving on to the Devil. And I feel the need to remind you to meditate, or to find a new strategy to relax one's analytical mind, as you will be overthinking to an extent in the middle of the first half, all right? Whatever you can do to relax yourself, maybe essential oils. The Devil. So you make your way to wrap up the first half of the month, and you find yourself overthinking. Once again, it's a continuation from the middle of the first half to the end. And you find yourself, a lot of you Aquarius, is overworking or over stressing when it comes to your finances. A lot of you wanting to make a purchase, but again, comparing it to the past, or just overthinking, am I going to be able to afford this? Is this going to prevent me from doing this or that? And this is kind of the way that you're thinking, and over stressing. Spirit's saying overreacting, but it just depends on your individual situation. It does feel like for a lot of you, you feel a bit controlled or trapped in a certain job choice or decision within your career. A lot of you will think thoroughly about money in general, and feeling as if money at times controls you to a certain extent, feeling like you wish it just wasn't a thing at all, or you're just thinking about having more comfort, more stability, more security when it comes to money. Just try to simplify your mind once again, as it is very easy to overcomplicate things at the end of the first half. 3 of Pentacles. So you make your way to the beginning of the second half of the month, and there's a level of appreciation and attention that comes through. People even outside your work environment start to notice you for the work you've been putting in, for your special skill sets, to be exact. It feels like a lot of you are trying to once again get a business off the ground, or thinking about moving towards an entrepreneur situation, or a new job once again, or a side hustle, and all of which is gaining this level of attention, be aligned with the Empress, as you give birth to something new, or think thoroughly or plan for just that. And it does feel like a lot of people are in awe of Aquarius to a certain extent. But then there's other people who will be looking in and feeling a bit jealous, or it just feels like a lot of people will be admiring you in a positive light, but then there's a select few. For some of you, it's coworkers or just people in your life in general, acquaintances, who aren't really admiring you, right? A level of jealousy, to be exact, some judgment to add on to it. But don't let it affect you. Just focus on the positives and what you're trying to get off the ground at this time or move towards. Moving on to the world. So you make your way to the middle of the second half of the month, and there's a focus on change, on completion, on your world changing for the better. You know, a lot of you, again, making certain adjustments and changes to your career situation, even to how you deal with money, how you think about money, your relationship with money, and all of which feeling like it elevates you to a certain extent. When you feel that kind of light and positive feeling come over you when you're implementing certain changes and adjustments, or thinking about doing so, you know you're on the right path. You know you're doing what's right for you. And again, it feels like a lot of judgments and opinions will flow in, and you need to just trust your own gut feeling, your intuition, what you know is right, you know? And don't ignore red flags for a lot of you if you're moving towards a new job. You know, trust what you already know. Be aligned with the Magician. It feels like, again, there's a focus in the middle of the second half of the month on you manifesting a change within your financial world, your career world as well. A lot of you wanting to see more success. Again, being drawn back to the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, feeling like things have been moving way too frickin' slowly recently, and it's time for things to take a faster pace for Aquarius. And the universe is saying it's time, right? But it just feels like it's more so going to happen as you make your way into October. So it's just a month where you need to pace yourself, prepare, get things kind of organized, work on one's habits as you get ready to implement changes or move towards what you deserve, or start to do so towards the end of the month. But you finish up the month with the Two of Wands. And so it's this feeling at the end of the month where you long for something new, or you feel like you just don't have enough money or enough success at this point in time. A lot of you wondering if anything's going to ever come to be from what you're working towards, or if you're ever going to complete the goals that you have thought about or dreamt of completing when it comes to your career and finances. And you're going to be reminded in a lot of ways at the end of the month that it's possible, right? Being drawn back to the infinity symbol. The possibilities are endless for you at this time, but you gotta manifest them. You gotta believe in it. You can't have that level of doubt or envy within your situation. You gotta discipline your mind as things feel, again, your mind's racing, right? You're overthinking, stressing to a certain extent, but utilize your mind to help your situation benefit you instead of hindering you along the way. But being aligned with the Devil, again, it's sort of this alone time you have, or even when you're in the middle of a conversation, kind of blanking out and overthinking your situation or stressing over this and that. A lot of you wondering if you're going to be able to afford a certain bill or certain purchases that you have ahead for you. But I need to remember that everything happens for a reason, and you'll figure it out, right? Some of you readjusting your finances at the end of the month, maybe budgeting, or just, again, trying to figure out how you can afford this or that. But for a lot of you, trying to figure out how to budget or fit in a vacation or traveling in one way, shape, or form. But just remember that what you long for is doable, but you at times get in the way by overthinking, by stressing, or by sort of manifesting the negatives or a bit of failure to a certain extent. So keep it positive, keep it optimistic, keep it present as you move towards what you desire at this time. All right? So we're going to finish up this beautiful reading by pulling a message or two from the Making Magic deck. Alrighty, if I could hold it the right way. For Aquarius to finish up money and career for September 2021. Bear with me. Abracadabra with wings. Fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. So a reminder will come through, and I feel like a lot of you won't really trust it or believe it to the fullest extent, that luck is on your side with taking chances, with moving towards what you deserve, right? It feels like a good fortune is in your future, but you doubt it at times. And you need to remember that you deserve it, that it's part of your future. but the month has a lot of lessons, a lot of growth and adjustments to move towards. Just, allow yourself to be one with those lessons and changes as you do what's right for Aquarius. All right. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't you dare forget to reach out for a personal reading. Wishing you nothing but the best. Sending you love and light. Hope you have the most amazing month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.